Thank you so much for joining us for another episode of our Internet Campus Devotionals More. This past week, we talked about salvation and how it's the only thing in our lives that's either 0 or 100. Everything else is in between, increasing and decreasing. I started attending a music festival with a youth group in 2006. That year, over 25,000 people from all over the world and over 300 bands came together at what was known as Cornerstone Farm. We camped out for a week and saw bands we loved, those we didn't, and some others who were just popping up. Each year, there's a night of worship. It was a Christian festival with one night devoted to worship and communion. That night in 2006 showed me a lot, and that's the night I trusted Jesus for the first time. I grew up in the church and had done all the church things like vacation Bible school, retreats, and regularly attending church, and I thought that's what it was. My parents offered their slab of concrete to paint VBS backdrops. I was involved in the various activities we had going on, and we attended church regularly. But that night at Cornerstone changed something in me. While I had done and learned all of the things, I didn't know the God those were supposed to connect me to, the God who wanted to move in my life. On a Friday night back in 2006, I trusted Jesus for the first time in midst of a bunch of people different than me, who came from different places, who thought different things. And that's why Cornerstone will always remind me of the fact that Jesus is for everyone. We gathered from places all over the globe, just like we do here at the Internet Campus, and we're reminded that the Spirit of God knows no bounds. Some of you today find yourselves having trusted Jesus but struggling. I want to assure you of the fact that God both knows you and sees you. Others of you are thriving and everything is good. That same assurance is true for you. But some of you haven't yet trusted Jesus. Some of you still believe that your knowledge of God equates to relationship, and that's just not the case. Some of you think that your efforts and what you accomplish get you into this right standing with God. Well, let me tell you, the Bible says it's only by what you have to say about Jesus. Have you trusted Him? Have you given your life to Him? Might today be the day that you give everything to Him? And if you have, rejoice in that. Make much of the promise of Jesus and His presence. Make much of this reality out of Revelation, that He will wipe away every tear. Death will be no more. Mourning, pain, and crying will meet their end in Jesus. We have this hope, believers. And if you have yet to believe, this is here, now, in front of you. Trust Him today. Let's make our lives about this great gospel. Christ has died, Christ has risen, Christ will come again. Jesus is alive. Him we proclaim.